Patsy Takemoto Mink, the late Hawaii representative, was the first Asian American woman elected to Congress in 1965. In the documentary Ahead of the Majority, Mink said, "What you endure is who you are, and if you just accept and do nothing, then life goes on. But if you see it as a way for change, life doesn't have to be so unfair. I can't change the past, but I can certainly help somebody else in the future so they don't have to go through what I did." Mink advocated for many women's issues in Congress, including equal rights. One of her greatest legislative triumphs was the Women's Educational Equity Act. It provided $30 million a year in educational funds for programs to promote gender equity in schools, to increase educational and job opportunities for women, and to excise gender stereotypes from textbooks and school curricula. Mink was the driving force behind the Title IX amendment of the Higher Education Amendment that prohibits sex discrimination. Working with Representative Edith Stark Green and Senator Birch Evans Bay, Mink built critical support for Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, which barred sexual discrimination in institutions receiving federal funds and opened opportunities for women in athletics.
Definitely being able to work with a team, understanding that I couldn't do everything on my own and relying on my peers. The step team was super close, and the cheerleading team, obviously we know we stunted and we participated in games and we had to work together. So that was definitely one of the benefits. Also, my coaches were super influential. Actually, my coach ended up being my teacher mentor and the reason why I became an English teacher. So forming those relationships was definitely important, and learning the benefit of hard practice.
I was actually a swimmer, a softball player, and a tennis player in high school. I did not continue any of those. I actually went in a completely different direction in college and was on George Washington's rowing team for 3 out of the 4 years I was there.
Being able to participate in extracurricular activities, did it have a positive impact on you?
Absolutely. Not only the friendships that I gained through all of the different levels of play, but just the routine that was instilled upon me. These were all things that I've carried through to, working in the classroom now, and even working with students in the building just to get them to understand how important that well-rounded picture is.
Yeah, so I played softball in high school, but I also played volleyball in high school as well. And then I played travel for that too.
I played softball in high school and I played basketball in high school. We didn't have volleyball here when I was in high school.
How has it impacted your life?
I would say that it probably teaches a lot of discipline and just time management. Discipline in not only your sports, but in your everyday life, and knowing that you had specific goals that you wanted to reach.
I particularly think that my basketball career in high school is what pushed me to become a phys ed teacher. My coach always pushed me, motivated me, but I think it just, I agreed, like the discipline, knowing how to set a deadline and work for something that you want, I think definitely came from that experience that I had playing basketball in high school.
Learning how to fail too.
Yeah.
It's necessary to fail to grow.
Right.
Which I think was like, you're not going to win every game.
Yeah.
So,
when I played basketball, I was a junior on JV. I just picked up the sport when I went into high school. And I think, I always was that person who were like, I'm the junior, I'm going to start the drill. Sophomores get behind me, whoever get behind me. And I think that made me more of a leader, that being in that role.
Absolutely.